Hi friends, welcome to A Faithful Pause with the people of Trinity United Church in Prince George, British Columbia, also known as Lheidli T'Cheo, situated on the ancestral and unceded lands of the Lheidli T'enneh people. This is Faithful Pause, and for the season of Lent, we'll be posting something once a week like we normally do, with the exception that during Holy Week you'll find some additional pieces. Each week we post something to reflect on. Could be poetry, could be a song, could be a video, could be other pieces that are important as we begin this journey of Lent. This year, we're developing a theme based around the phrase everything in between and the relationship between intention and action as we begin the season of Lent. So we invite you to get as comfortable as you can in the space you find yourself in. Relax, let the tension of the day that you're carrying in your body seep into the ground or into the floor. Turn things up if that's what you need to do. And together, let's engage in a faithful pause. The first piece we have is entitled Both Please by the Reverend Sarah Speed. It's one thing to speak of love. It's another to hold a newborn in your arms, to sing someone to sleep, to lean down and listen for their breathing. It's one thing to speak of faith. It's another to press your forehead to the floor, to cry out in prayer, to ask the hard questions and still thank God for the meal. It's one thing to speak of the divine. It's another to walk under a tunnel of wisteria, to stand barefoot at the edge of the sea, to hear the birds sing as the sun returns and whisper, "Thank you, thank you, thank you." It's one thing and another. So I say, give me both, please. Show me both, please. March 8th is International Women's Day. And so as we begin this journey of Lent and move closer to the first Sunday of Lent, we invite you to ponder these words and a story. From Agnès Callamard, Amnesty Secretary General. The world's crises do not impact equally, let alone fairly. The disproportionate impact on women's and girls' rights are well documented, yet still neglected, when not ignored outright. From a Canadian journalist. When they attack us, they're saying we don't belong there. They're trying to shut us down, intimidate us, silence us, or distract us so that we're not dealing with the real issues we want to deal with. That's why a lot of them do it. It's because they really don't think that a black woman belongs in these spaces. And a story about Liz Fong Jones. Liz Fong Jones is a Vancouver-based developer, engineer, labor and ethics organizer, and advocate for trans rights. In 2022, she and a dozen volunteers spent thousands of hours successfully forcing Kiwi Farms, an online hate speech forum, offline multiple times. Now, she's the target of transphobia, racism, harassment, and threats of sexual violence by the website supporters. Liz's experiences shed light on the broader issue of technology-facilitated gender-based violence, which includes cyberbullying, doxing, swatting, and more. Online violence disproportionately creates a digital environment of fear and intimidation, especially for Indigenous, Black, and racialized women, girls, and 2S LGBTQIA+ communities.
The next stop is Grand Street. ticket to ride, going nowhere on a train past midnight. Bright city lights flickering by. I'm dragging my heavy heart onto the platform, and there you are, with the beat up old guitar and a song about to start.
Hold my heart, oh, let my weight hang in your hands. There's something right inside your eyes I just might understand. I don't know how, what a strange and sudden sound, but we're not strangers now.
Finally found
Love in the underground.
You pulled me out of the blue, far from the thunder of the trains passing through. And though the streetlights hide the moon, I see starlight shining through.
Hold my heart, oh, let my weight hang in your hands. There's something bright inside those eyes I just might understand. I don't know how, what a strange and sudden sound, but we're not strangers now.
Finally found
Love in the underground.
in the city of a million doors. Open one, there's a million more. So what is it that you're waiting for? Waiting for?
I don't know how, what a strange and sudden sound, but we're not strangers now.
Finally found
Love in the underground. What a strange and sudden sound, but we're not strangers now.
finally found
Love in the underground.
Ladies and gentlemen, the next L train is now arriving on the Manhattan-bound track. Please stand away to the platform edge.
As we begin the season of Lent, let us take a moment to ponder how it is that we move from intent to action, how we move from prayer to the embodiment of the gospel lived in our everyday world, bringing hope where there is often precious little of it. Holy One, help us come to terms with the difference in our lives between intention and action. Help us engage with our whole selves the realities we find ourselves situated in, the everything in between moments of life, not just the absolutely wonderful or the absolutely horrible, but everything in between that makes life amazing and incredible and worth living in the first place. Help us to recognize that the call of Jesus to follow him is a call out of our comfort zones, out of the ways we've expected things to be, out from our comfortable normal, out from the binaries of in and out, us and them, left and right, and into the lived reality of your beloved people. As we begin this season of Lent, may we also be reminded of the work for gender equality, for women's rights, and the place of women and girls at the very heart of our society, engaging in whatever aspects of our community they feel called to engage in. Help us resist the temptation of othering. Help us resist the temptation to stay quiet, to ignore, to forget, to look the other way, to downplay, to placate, and instead help us move from words and prayers embodied in our intention and out into the world in real action, being the hands, feet, and voice of the Christ, welcoming all into a beloved community where each of us is wanted, welcomed, valued, included, and affirmed. May this be our journey of Lent. So be it. Amen. Friends, thanks again for joining with us here at Trinity United Church in Trinity. We're really glad that you're able to begin Lent with us, and we hope you'll continue this journey of a faithful pause as we move through Lent and engage our theme of everything in between. We'll see you next week.